Hey, Andrew Reiner, predict the plot and the reception for The Last Jedi. I'll take my answer off the air, he says.
Ooh, you don't want me to do that.
Oh, you dirty boy.
I don't want you to do that.
I don't. You want him to? Will you really take it off the air? I don't think I want to hear Reiner researched like plot assumptions about Force Awakens.
If Reiner, you're feeling so confident that you know every twist and turn of this movie.
I'll just say this. Look at the teaser poster.
You think the poster is important?
And Rey kind of mimicking Luke raising the lightsaber in the air. It starts up blue and turns red.
So you think Rey is turning to the dark side in this movie?
I think someone is.
Someone is.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be Luke or Rey?
I think it's Leia.
What?
Yeah.
Leia's going to turn to the dark side.
Yeah.
How much money are you putting on this? I'll take that.
None. This is a Matt Miller theory that I'm really into.
Really?
Yeah. So we really, I broke it down on Science Fiction Weekly. You can look it up on the site. Breaking down the latest Last Jedi trailer. Search that. But yeah, there's some moments in there where Kylo Ren is like looking to destroy Leia's ship. There's a moment where they connect in the Force. I don't think he does.
Could be clever editing in that trailer.
Yes, but there's other moments where you see Leia on her own, distressed, looking. There's even one point where it almost looks like she has kind of a mask. Her outfit is kind of curling in front of her face. There's some dark stuff going on there with Leia. She is untrained with the Force from what we know.
Interesting.
And very powerful in it with her bloodline. And her bloodline also has a tendency to go to the dark side.
She also has a lot of reason to be angry too, right?
She has plenty of reason to be angry.
She
lost Han, her son,
right? Her planet.
More than one planet.
That's true.
Yeah. So there's a scene where Kylo Ren. This is something I don't know if I buy, but they have Snoke talking, and it sounds like he's talking to Rey.
Yeah. Like,
I've sensed your power from the beginning or whatever. And then they show a very strange shot of Kylo Ren with his saber on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then a glove picks up that saber. I don't think that's Ren in that gear anymore. Or I don't think that's Kylo in that gear anymore.
You think Leia's wearing Kylo Ren's gear?
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Is this like a fun, fantastical theory, or is this you would put money on it?
Man, I would love to see that. And the way they've been talking about this movie, the directors and actors, like, this is going to blow your mind. Yep. Like, I got to think, what is going to blow my mind? It's like, Luke, I am your father, right?
Yeah.
It can't just be like, Rey, I am your father. Like, I guess they could do that, and that's dumb. But I have a feeling it's going to be something that's just going to be like, holy crap, Leia went to the dark side. Carrie Fisher, sadly gone. But if she is masked, if they did reshoot that and put her in that armor, they could carry her on.
Weird. I never would have thought this is the angle.
So that's Matt Miller, and I'm seriously, like, he thought a lot about this a lot.
Very smart man.
And as we watch the trailer again, if you keep that in mind, it's crazy. It probably won't happen.
Okay,
but I do like the idea of Leia turning. Maybe not to the extent of her being in Ren's armor.
Sure,
but I like that idea of her being like. I mean, she's lost everything. She's lost a ton of stuff, and it's been terrible, and she's untrained. I could see her spinning over to the dark side.
And they've talked a lot about Episode 9 was going to be her big movie.
That was going to be her movie.
Yeah. It's an interesting, fun theory. What do you think, Imran? What do you expect the reaction and the reception for Last Jedi to be? What's going to be the outrage, the petition online that they'll want Rian Johnson to change?
I mean, if Disney's clearly keeping it like some view of this, and they wanted to kind of closely mirror the original trilogy. So if they're doing that, then yeah, Reiner's theory about Leia kind of makes it. I'm sitting here this entire time like, it kind of makes sense, but also I'm thinking about how kind of stupid it would be if like both Natalie Portman and Carrie Fisher lose the will to live and end up doing like both dying and yeah. But yes, I expect it to match Empire Strikes Back pretty closely.
So to have some big twist. I mean, it is. You got to wonder how much it's just clever marketing versus them sincerely trying to prep the Star Wars community. Like, no. Like, we mean it. Rian Johnson is swinging big here. There's going to be some crazy, unexpected stuff.
I mean, the thing they're trying to tease is that Ren takes out his mom as well, right? And that would be a way of writing Carrie Fisher out of the trilogy then, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that. Like, I think they've progressed. I mean, think about, like, reshooting that, like, what they would have to do to make that work. I don't think they are. I think maybe they just did. Again, to Miller's thing of putting on that suit and her embracing the dark side and going with Snoke, like, that would be crazy town. That would be absolutely bonkers.
Yes. And I feel like there's been such a good build-up with talking about, like, oh, Luke. I mean, Mark Hamill said he disagreed with the choices for Luke in this film initially. Like, everyone's focused on Rey and Luke. And if the zig, when we think they're going to zag, involves Leia.
Yeah, and Laura Dern. Here's the other thing being brought in as the foil in the Republic to Leia. She comes in to shake it up. So her role, I think General Aldo is her name. Yeah. Her role is also putting stress on Leia, which I think, again, her movie was going to be the next one.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a big part of this. It'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy. Kyle Hilliard, what is just predict the one sentence review you will have for Last Jedi?
The one sentence review.
Yeah, what's going to be the takeaway after seeing Last Jedi is, wow, it was more blank than I thought.
Heartbreaking.
I
don't know. It's kind of
like
a weird
disappointing.
I don't have a single sentence, but my theory about the film is that when it comes out, people will dislike it.
Yes, I think so.
But over time, people will, like, this is just purely conjecture based on, like, you know, knowing Johnson's work and like where he could potentially take it and hearing the actors talk about it. Like, people dislike it initially, but over time come around to it. To being one of the best Star Wars films.
I think I'm with you. I could see it like a 1 to 2 year delay before people are like, you know, everyone was so outraged when Episode 8 came out, but now I think those decisions, I'm used to them.
Maybe it'll take Episode 9 wrapping it up to be able to look back at 8. But,
yeah. I'm kind of in the same ballpark. Reiner, I'm curious what you thought about Rian Johnson getting offered the ability to make a completely new Star Wars trilogy.
That makes me very excited for 8. Because it means they're very happy with what he did. So, that makes me, that's good. And I hope it's a blank slate. Like, I really do hope that he's not being forced to use certain things, and they really do explore a new era, not going back to the Old Republic, anything like that. Just go forward. The Old Republic, I love that that's there. There's a lot of great stories there. When they start tinkering, stuff starts vanishing. Like Heir to the Empire, remember Timothy Zahn's stuff?
No.
None of that stuff matters anymore. That stuff was like following Luke and Leia in the future, and all that's gone. Like, so once you start going back, as much as you like that stuff, you want to see HK-47 on the big screen. No, it will be different. It won't be exactly what you liked. And the stuff you liked won't matter anymore.
JV?
But I want him to go
number one.
new sector of the galaxy, unexplored. What does the Force mean there?
Okay, so just
what factions are there?
Geographical going out into a new territory instead of jumping ahead in the future.
Blank slate.
Like a real Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I mean, Kathleen Kennedy said, the president of Lucasfilm said it is a blank slate. So I wonder how much they embrace that.
I don't know. I love Rian Johnson so much. Like, I'm sure that would be a great trilogy, but the idea of like 10 years of this like talented director's life, you know, if it's what he wants to do, that's fine. But like, this guy gave us Looper and Brick, like dedicated to Star Wars. Man, that just bums me out.
Really? If he wants to do
If he wants to do it, sure. But at the same time, it's like 10 years in a single universe. And like, those movies could be great. It could be like an incredible trilogy. But man, I'd love to see like other movies that he does that have nothing to do with Star Wars.
Well, he can come out grizzled like Luke Skywalker at the end and produce your little artsy films.
Brick 2. I want a sequel to Looper, damn it.
Well, he could do what, you know, the Nolan avenue, where it's like, does Batman, does his own thing, does
Every 2
Batman.
years.
I do not think the Star Wars engine would like accept that.
Yeah.
It didn't care for Book of Henry. But
oh boy.
I'm curious with that new trilogy. Do you think it would just fill that gap between episodes 9 and 10? Because,
like
or do they alternate it with two different trilogies every other year? Wouldn't that be bizarre to jump back and forth year to year?
I don't think there's going to be anything more.
You think 9 is it?
Yeah.
For a long time.
I mean, that's the Skywalker saga, right? Like, so
in theory.
I think that's the end of that trilogy, or, you know, that set of films, those 9 films. I think that's it. And then they start a new one, number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe they're
5,
outsmarting
6.
us to begin with by just not even. They didn't call it episode 7. I mean, unofficially it's episode 7, but 7 isn't in the title crawler in the title at all. And so I believe, and I feel like Last Jedi is the same, so they're getting away from that. Like, they're going to keep going with storylines, but it won't be 10, 11, 12. It'll effectively be.
Yeah.
But that'll just kind of slowly
maybe
phase out.
timeline-wise? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's confusing. Thank you so much for watching this excerpt from the Game Informer Show podcast. You can subscribe to the audio version and listen to new episodes airing every Thursday. We cover big games on the horizon, games that we've just reviewed. We have long-form developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So check it out every Thursday.